All right, today we're going to learn how to use ChromeVox, the built-in screen reader for Chromebooks. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn ChromeVox on. We can do that with Control-Alt-Z.
ChromeVox spoken feedback is ready.
Great. And if you want to pause the speech output at any point, you can press Control, just like with most other screen readers. You can also turn ChromeVox on from the accessibility menus on your Chromebook, but using that keyboard command is a lot quicker. Before we dig into some basics, let's look at some help menus. There is a ChromeVox tutorial that you can open with Search and O followed by T. So Search and O, then
Search
T.
your settings. ChromeVox tutorial. Heading 1. Press search right arrow or search left arrow to browse topics. ChromeVox.
I'll hit Escape to dismiss that. There's a Learn mode, so Search O, then K.
No current ChromeVox focus. Press Alt Shift L to go to the launcher. Press a QWERTY key, refreshable braille key, or touch gesture to learn its function. Press Control with W, space with Z, swipe left with 2 fingers, or Escape to exit.
All right, press Escape to exit. So that will tell you about different functions as you move around your computer. There's a command list that you can pull up with Control Search S.
Search shortcuts. Search.
If you want to dig through all the commands that are available to you, we'll dismiss this with Control W. You can quickly look at the ChromeVox options using Search O, then O.
No current ChromeVox focus. Press Alt Alert.
So this will bring you to your ChromeVox settings very quickly. We'll use Control W to close that. And then you can search the ChromeVox menus using search and period.
ChromeVox. Search the menus.
So you can type in a search word here, or you can arrow through the menus to get an idea of what's available to you.
Jump. Menu. Go to beginning of speech. Menu. ChromeVox. Menu. Enable.
So this can be helpful if you don't remember a particular command, or if it's just easier to kind of pull up this whole list and navigate to it with arrows. Okay, we'll use Escape to dismiss this.
ChromeVox panel.
So one thing to know about ChromeVox is that you're going to be using the search key a lot. The search key is also called the launchpad key, and it's located where the caps lock key would typically be located on your computer. So most commands with ChromeVox require that you hold down that search key. If you're sick of doing that, if you don't want to constantly hold it down, you can turn on sticky mode, which basically means the search key is always being held down. So you do that by double tapping the search key. So I'll do that now.
Sticky mode enabled.
You know, sticky mode enabled means it's turned on. You can do it again to turn it off.
Sticky mode disabled.
And that is something you kind of have to keep a close eye on as you're working with ChromeVox, because sticky mode means that search key is always turned on. Sometimes there's commands where you don't want that search key included, so you have to pay close attention to whether or not you have that turned on. Okay, I'm going to turn it back on because we are going to be using it quite a bit.
Sticky mode enabled.
Okay, let's talk about moving around your desktop. Once I move to the launcher
Launcher. Button.
with Alt-Shift-L, you can use the right and left arrows to move around the screen, or you can use the up and down arrows. And here on the desktop, right and left arrows are going to move kind of item by item on the screen. It's going to hit everything along the bottom.
Google Chrome. Chrome Canvas. Screencast. Tote recent sign out. Button. Sign out. Button. Toggle dictation.
But the up and down arrows are going to move through groups of items. So if you want to kind of quickly move from the launcher over to your settings or something, using the up and down arrows might be a little bit faster because it's moving through those groups.
Sign out. Button. Tote recent screen. Google Chrome. Launcher. Button. Google Chrome. Tote recent screen. Sign out. Toggle dictation. Disabled. Launcher. Button.
Okay, so it's grouping all those apps together, all those settings together, so you can move through that desktop ribbon on the bottom a little faster. So if you want to remember the commands to get to different areas of the screen, Alt-Shift-L will take you to the launcher. Alt-Shift-S will take you to the settings.
Quick settings. Dialog.
Alt-Shift-N will take you to the notification center.
Notification center. Dialog.
And then you can use your arrow keys in here, right and left arrows.
ChromeVox enabled press. ChromeVox and press update.
Primarily right and left arrows. And then you can use enter or you can use search and spacebar to activate things. I'm gonna hit escape to dismiss this.
2 important notifications.
Okay. And then if you're done for the day, you can hold the lock button on your computer to sign out, or you can use Control-Shift-Q. And you'll have to press that twice. The first time it's just going to prompt you to press it again.
Press Control-Shift-Q twice to sign out.
Let's look at some web pages. All right, I've pulled up the Beavis Tech web page. And if I want to start reading this web page, I can use the up and down arrows to move line by line.
Welcome to the BVIS Tech page. BVIS Tech supports TSVIs across Oregon in utilizing technology to support their.
Or I can use the right and left arrows to move paragraph by paragraph.
BVIS Tech supports TSVIs across Oregon in utilizing technology to support their students. This work is funded by Oregon's.
But you'll find that it will stop at things like links. And then if you wanted to read the whole page without stopping, you can use search plus R.
BVIS Tech supports TSVIs across Oregon in utilizing technology to support their students. This work is funded by Oregon's Blind Visually Impaired Student BVIS Fund. Link. Dot. There are many resources posted to this page to help you make the most of your BVI technology.
If you want to read character by character, on JAWS, you would just use the right and left arrows. On ChromeVox, you're going to have to hold down Search, Shift, and then use the right and left arrows.
H, E, R, E.
So that will let
Echo.
me read character by character. If I want to read word by word, I'm going to do the same thing, Search, Shift, and then I'm going to add Control.
R. Many. Resources.
So now I'm reading word by word. If you want to select text while you are reading through here, it's a little funny. So because we're using Shift as a part of this command to help us move character by character or word by word, it'll select those characters or those words as you're reading. But if you want to select multiple characters or multiple words, then you actually have to not include the search command. So that means if you have sticky mode turned on, you need to turn it off.
Sticky mode disabled.
And then you can use the rest of the commands. So we'll do words. I'll do Shift, Control, right arrows, and I can select multiple words. But the catch is that ChromeVox is not going to read that out as you're doing it. So that is pretty limiting. And then finally, if you want to jump to the beginning or the end of a page, you can use Search, Control, and right and left arrows. So all the way
Skip
to
to
the
main
top
content.
with left, all
Edit
the way
this
to the
page.
bottom
Link.
with the right arrow. So the next thing I want to talk about is just getting around your web browser. So most of your work that you'll be doing on your Chromebook is going to take place in this Chrome web browser. And navigating this web browser is really similar to how you navigate it on Windows. Most things are going to be the same. One thing to keep in mind is that you want to be careful about sticky mode here and whether or not we're including search with these keyboard commands. So if I want to go to the address bar, that command is Control L. But if I have sticky mode on, that's going to open up the Chromebox menus. So I'll press Control L now.
Chromebox menus. Search.
But
Link.
because I
Menu.
have sticky
Edit
mode
this page.
on, it goes straight into the Chromebox menus. I'll press Escape to dismiss this.
Sticky mode enabled.
I'm going to disable sticky mode.
Sticky mode disabled.
And now I can do Control L
Address and search bar.
to the address bar. Other web browser commands, Control T will add a new tab.
New tab.
Control W will close a tab.
BVIS Tech. Tab.
I can move between open tabs with Control Tab.
Dialog.
And if I
Document
want to go in the opposite direction, I can do Control Shift Tab.
Document content. Address.
Getting into the Chrome menus is a little bit different than it is on a Windows computer. We would typically just press Alt to get into the menus. On the Chromebook, we're going to have to press Alt F.
Menu opened.
So that'll
Press
make
up or
sure
down
you
arrow
get
to navigate.
into that menu.
Address.
If you want to get to your bookmarks bar, that's Control Shift B. If you want to move into the bookmarks bar, that's Alt Shift B.
Listserv group closed.
So Control Shift B will open it up. Alt Shift B will move the focus into that. If you want to move to a previous web page, we're going to use Alt and left arrow.
Google Docs. Google.
And if you want to move
opened by me.
forward to the web page you visited, we can use Alt right arrow.
Application. Menu bar.
Okay.
Document content.
Moving between multiple apps is a little bit like it is on Windows. We can use Alt Tab to switch between open programs.
Files, my files. Multi-select. List box.
And if you have multiple programs open, you can hold down Alt and continue pressing Tab. You can also use Alt, Shift, and Tab to move in the opposite direction. If you want to minimize a window and make it go away, but not close it, we can use Alt minus.
Listserv group.
If you want to maximize a window, you can use Alt equals. If it's already maximized, it's just going to shrink down so that it doesn't take up the full screen. So I'll do that now. Alt equals. So it's only taking up a portion of the screen. I'll press Alt equals again. It'll maximize. And then if you want to snap the windows to the left or right side of the page, that's Alt and left bracket.
Active window docked on left.
Okay, or Alt and right bracket.
Active window docked on right.
And then if you want to close a program, you can use Control Shift W. So I'll move to the Files app and I'll close that now.
Files, my files. Multi-select. List.
So Alt Tab to move to the program, and then I'll do Control Shift W
Listserv.
to close the program. When you're working with text, some of these commands change slightly. So now that I'm in a Google Doc, if I want to read character by character, I don't have to do that multiple key command we looked at on the web page. I can just use my left and right arrows.
U. Size 20. R. N.
Okay. If I want to go line by line, it's just up and down.
Chromebox can be enabled in your Chrome. Then toggling Chromebox on. You can also
If I want to go word by word, it's control and right and left arrow, just like it would be with JAWS.
toggling Chromebox on. Dot. You can.
Okay. If I want to go paragraph by paragraph, it's control up and down arrow, again, just like JAWS.
Then toggling Chromebox on. Chromebox through the Chromebook settings. Once Chromebox is new line. Then toggling.
If you want to move to the beginning of the line, you can use search and left arrow.
Then toggling Chromebox on. You can also.
If you want to move to the end of the line, you can use search and right arrow.
Then toggling Chromebox on. You can also use.
And then search and up and down arrows will move page by page.
Right click for context. Then toggling Chromebox. Chromebox. Turn on Chromebox.
Okay, so that's page up and page down. If you want to move to the beginning or end of a document, that's going to be control, search, and the right and left arrows. So that's similar to doing control, home, and end on a Windows computer. That search left arrow, search right arrow is working like home and end, and we're going to add control to that so we can move to the top of the document or the end of a document.
Beginner's Guide to Chromebox. Association of Michigan to be very helpful.
If you want to read all from the current position, it's search R.
Beginner's Guide to Chromebox. Last updated 2/02/2026. Contents.
You can select all with Control A. You can backspace or delete a word with Control Backspace. You can delete a word ahead of your cursor with Control Delete. It's always important to remember undo is Control Z, redo is Control Y, or on some programs it'll be Control Shift Z. And then we can use F7 to open up spell check. On my Chromebook, that I also have to hold down the FN key when I press F7. So FN plus F7.
2 of 26.
Okay, and that will let me access that secondary function since the primary function on mine is to mute the sound on the computer. And if you need to select text in your document, you can just hold Shift while you use any of the navigation commands we've covered. So I'll do word by word, I'll do Shift plus Control and the right and left arrows.
Once Chromebox is comma it will stay selected.
Okay. And then I can use Control Cut, Control Copy, all of that stuff with my selected text. The commands for working with selected text are the same as they are on Windows. So Control C for copy, Control X for cut, Control V for paste, just like that. Bold, underlined, italics are all the same. In many applications, there are extra functions hidden in the context menu, which we would typically access on a computer with a right click. To simulate a right click on a Chromebook, we're going to use Search plus M.
Menu with 12 items. Press search space to act.
And the trick with navigating this menu is you cannot move up and down through this list of items unless you have your sticky mode disabled. So I'll make sure this is disabled now.
Sticky mode enabled. Sticky mode disabled.
Okay, now I should be able to use the up and down arrows to move through the list.
Paste without formatting. Comment control. Suggest edits.
Okay, I'll press escape to dismiss.
Document.
These next few commands are Chromebook specific. So if you want to announce the name of a current page, we can use search plus A followed by W.
BVIS Tech Google Chrome Mecandino nwresd.k12.or.us.
Great. If you want to announce the current URL, we're also going to use search A, then U.
https://sites.google.com nwresd.k12.or.usb Vistec Home, auth user 0.
You can announce the date and time with search plus A followed by D.
11:16 a.m., Monday, February 2nd, 2026.
And you can announce the battery status with search plus O followed by B.
Battery at 46% and charging. 59 minutes remaining until battery is fully charged.
ChromeVox has a limited set of shortcut commands for navigating the internet. They work just like they do with other screen readers. So we can use B for button, E for edit, F for form field, G for graphic, H for heading, and so on. There is an abbreviated list you can see in the document. You do need to be holding down the search key as you enter all of these, but if you have sticky mode enabled, then you only need to press the shortcut button. So we'll try B for button.
Contact. Button.
I can use H
Press
for
search space
heading.
to activate. BVIS Tech. Welcome. Heading 2.
Great. L for link.
Blind visually impaired student B with Google Group. Link.
And then you can also use T for table or V for visited link could be another useful one. With JAWS, we can move between regions on a web page. ChromeVox doesn't use R for regions. Instead, it uses a semicolon, and they call it landmarks. So if I use search plus semicolon, I can move between regions on the page or landmarks.
Page last updated October. Banner. Site home. Link. NEP BVIS Tech.
So that's really helpful for moving between like the main area of a page and a navigation region. And then the last thing we'll look at is lists of web elements. This is very similar to the links list or the headings list we get with JAWS. On ChromeVox, we have a form list, a heading list, a link list, a table list, and a landmark list. So we can open those by holding down Search, Control, and then pressing that shortcut key. So for the forms list, I'll do Search, Control, and F.
Sticky mode disabled. ChromeVox form controls. Menu.
For the headings list, I can do Search, Control, and H.
Sticky mode disabled. ChromeVox heading. Menu. BVIS Tech. Sticky mode.
For a links list, I can do Search, Control, and L.
Sticky mode disabled. ChromeVox link. Menu. Site home link navigation. Sticky mode.
And so on. So those are all the basic commands you'll need to know to get around your computer using ChromeVox.